I teach generally that you have fluid motion through the ball when you strike. So if I play a boast, that will be the boast. So I did exactly what I told you that I was what I'd do there. I pulled away. Now if I'm going this way and I play a boast that way, that seems really counterintuitive, but it's unbelievable what it does, because there, it's just a high quality boast and it's really good. That same motion there will just give you that line down the wall with your swing, because you can follow through out really easily, and it's really powerful and really good. Like, it's phenomenal, and that's what you see in PSA. What happens is you see the guys come in here, when they volley they'll go there and they'll pull back here, and that's the one that people are running into, the back leg. They're not doing it deliberately, they're doing it for motion off the ball to maintain power through the ball. So when you watch PSA and they go, oh, he's made a poor movement there, he's really pulled back into the centre to stop his opponent getting, he's not doing it to stop his opponent. He's doing it because he's got to go from there and his whole body motion needs to diffuse. Right now he's in the middle of nothing, and that's the one that stops his body. So from there, and that'll be the drive. It will be everything. From here, if you go across this way, it's just what's going to happen. If you've got time to attack here, there, it won't happen as much. So it'll happen to here, because I don't have that body hip turn and there. So whatever I get here, this motion here, is generally going to be the same around about here. Okay? So if it's a little way here, there, it will be about there. So that step there will most likely roughly equal that step there for balance. So it's a pivot off your back foot. So really, I'm going now and I'm just doing all the work off this leg, not this leg. I'll start in there, I'll lead on there, but it's that leg there that all the strength comes off. There. So forget about the front leg. It's not a front leg shot. It's a back leg shot nearly. It is a front leg shot, but it's like two legs. You're almost using both at the same time. So the striking position is like here, there. And so it's all 2 legs. I'm on 2 feet when I strike. So it's really powerful and really strong, but that's happening. And my hips and body are activating through the ball. Okay. If I play a short kill, there, that will pull across. I can do it from here, there, and we'll pull out. So motion, when you move, aids flow. So if you're taught to come in and stop, then it's really awkward. It can be good sometimes to stop your opponent's timing. If you stop prior to striking, so if I come in here and stop and then do that, it's fantastic. So I still pulled off, but I stopped early. That's this one here, stop here. Because my body, as I hit the camera, my body gave me the power when I struck. And that was that unwinding of body. Ball's in the back corner. That was that unwinding of body that gave me the power to strike. Remember I told you that when you step this way, what happens is your body is really awkward. You can't, because you're wound up, you're so much wound up, you swing here, and then you hit, and you're partially wound up because this is natural here. So this is natural hit right about here, this line here, okay? But here, I'm already wound up. Then I'm massively wound up when I finish. So then all this follow through, what happens is that happens. Okay? So what we're going to try and do is anything where you've got to step this way, we're going to try and pull out when we strike, or as we strike. And what that does, I'll go through the biomechanics of how it works. And therefore it's amplified back here. So it's amplified very much back this way when you come back into this back corner. So anything 3/4 chord off the front foot, it's amplified. Back foot doesn't do that because the hips are already open. And that's why people go a lot back foot back here. But what happens is here, and so we can get rid of this and feel more comfortable on our follow through and not have that fall over there. Now I've got a follow through which is going out towards the front wall and I'm almost falling over right now. So what we're going to do is come off the ball and we're going to use our movement to aid our swing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back. I'm going to pull back and that hip's going to go. So when I do that, see how my hip just turned out to here? So my hip's gone from here, pretty much facing this way, here. Now if I pull, my hip is facing that way. So it's this much movement, which is pretty big, it's pretty solid. So instead of that being here and that happening there, and that's about as much movement as I can get out of my hip, which is from there to there, okay? So now I'm going to get my hip to go over there, and get the power through it. So that hip there, otherwise, has only got that range of movement. That's it. There's no more movement in it. I can't use it. I can't use my lower body. I can't use my core through the ball. I've got to use the strength of my arm and upper body to monster the ball down the wall. That's a lot of work. But this way here, your whole upper body is released and freed. So there, when I hit, that will pull off beautifully. So there's a real problem with this. The real problem is that a lot of people have been taught to stay still when you hit. So they've been taught to hit here and stay still and then come off the ball. But if you look at what's happening, it's just taken all body motion out. So what that's done there is just taken all body turn out and relied on all of this to get everything through the ball. But this one here will go there and you'll get all your work. I can't emphasize enough, if you understand this and it changes your thought pattern on what's acceptable for movement, and you start to put your movement in with your hit, then you'll start to flow. When you start to flow, you get in position earlier, and the world changes as far as the squash player goes. You start to flow around the court, and the joy of squash is in the joy of movement, I can tell you. It's not about the hit, not about the target, it's not about the glorious nicks, it's about the flowing joy of movement, and this is how it works. Put a movement in with your swing, pull off the side steps, off the back steps, and then you're looking pretty cool. It's just so big, it's so great, and I reckon you'll love it.